All right, Aaron. We're here to do it again.
Yep.
We haven't done it in a fucking long time.
It's been a while. I don't even think the last time I was here we did a fraud pod.
No.
Last 2 times, I think.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
We haven't done it in a while. We said we were going to do it every month, and I think we stuck to that for a little while, and then I was like, I'm just going to do it anytime I find one that I find interesting. And you brought it up, I think, last time you were here.
Yeah.
This 9-minute podcast, and I think for the first time ever, we're officially going to be punching down at a podcast. Like, most of them...
Are you kidding me, Ryan? This guy's a comedian. He's got like 30 podcasts. He's very successful. I don't know why you would say that.
You're right. We might not be punching down. We might be punching even.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
So if you just hear about a podcast randomly, the first thing you do is you just fucking type it into Google, and then the first thing that comes up is his YouTube page. He's got a YouTube page, and it's not really anything, but you can tell that he's fucking put time into it. He's got lots of videos. He put this intro video on that just fucking auto plays every single time you click on his goddamn channel. And it's so bad.
It's his promo comedy.
Oh.
Like, he is fucking ballsy about being a comedian.
Hey, have you heard of the 9-Minute Podcast?
Well, no, that's not something I find myself listening to.
Well, I mean, me either. I do host it, but I wouldn't. It's just not even a concept I enjoy.
Well, I'm sure that's why you're not doing very well, and no one else has heard of you, specifically me. I'm an avid
Doesn't matter, man. Shut up. Here at the 9-Minute Podcast, I discuss all my favorite things in video and audio form. Usually after I go on a crazy rant saying a bunch of nothing. But you can find this show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all other major podcast platforms. Subscribe today or tomorrow, but definitely subscribe. Either way, follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at 9-Minute Podcast. That's the number 9, the words minute,
I'm gonna have
and
a
then
seizure.
the word podcast.
Everything's
You get it.
moving so quick.
I don't have to explain it. You get it. You get it. It's fine. Bye.
That was a joke.
I
That
don't
was
know.
like none of that was fucking funny. When you go through his YouTube page, you come across his video section, and he has popular uploads, and then you just go through all of them. But very few of them are actually 9 minutes. And
Yeah,
that is,
I know.
I take that's a big issue with me. You made a 9-minute podcast, and none of your fucking videos are 9 minutes. They're either 1 minute or 15. If you go through everybody's like YouTube channel, it doesn't matter who it is. You could go through all of the videos. There's a title in there that should jump out at you. That's a good YouTuber. A good YouTuber has a video for everybody in their channel. And so I went through his, and one jumped out at me. It said, "Meet Richard Glass. Learn how to podcast." I want to learn how to podcast. I'm not doing very well. This is just a clusterfuck over here, and it seems like he's got it figured out. So,
I mean, Ryan, he's got nice lights and like Photoshop apparently.
have you seen that gray filter? I gotta figure out where the fuck
Those
he's got
don't come
that.
for free. Maybe he'll let you know in there.
So, I guess we're gonna learn how to podcast with Richard Glass. This is the audio. This is the intro audio.
Hello, everybody. My name is Richard Glass. Hello, I'm Richard Glass.
Fetal alcohol syndrome having motherfucker.
Hello, everybody. My name is Richard Glass.
Well, that's the last angle,
Hello,
like the people he kidnapped.
I'm Richard
see.
Glass. Hi, I'm Richard Glass.
This guy's a serial killer.
Hello, everybody. My name is Richard Glass. Hello, I'm Richard Glass. And you're probably wondering, hey, Richard, why are you dressed like that?
I'm wondering who the fuck Richard Glass is. Who the fuck is Richard Glass?
I'm wondering what the fuck I'm doing with my life.
That's
right
not
now.
his name.
No.
I fucking looked at it. His name is fucking Patrick Michael.
Yeah,
Who the fuck is Richard Glass?
this guy he made up to pretend to give himself fake clout.
Well, first and foremost, I'm a podcaster, so usually nobody sees me. Can we take that one again? Take that one again? Podcasting's a big deal today. My mouth is so dry right now. Can we just do this again? Can we do it like later? Everybody has a podcast. You could have an experience with a man named Joseph. What was it? What's the line? You could talk about Friday and Saturday with your friend, Theo Van. The Southern friend, Theo Van. Now, we've all heard a little bit about podcasting, have we not? Man, I'm really not inspired, and I need to be inspired. You understand? This is creative work. That's just a fact.
Do you think when he was doing this, he was like, this is the funniest shit ever? Like, he was just editing this together, just fucking chuckling to himself. Like, what the fuck was he thinking?
Can we just wrap this up and knock this out of the park? Because I'm really trying to get in contact with Pauly Shore and send him this amazing
Why is it
content,
so
you know,
far off
'cause
the
he's
screen?
He's a guy. He's the guy's going to...
Tilt it
Because it's
slightly.
candid.
Well, I'm here to tell you how. I'm here to show you how, matter of fact. For 6 easy payments of $27.97 and one really, really difficult payment of $19.95, we would...
Okay, when I heard that the first time, I was like, that's funny. I've heard that before. I've definitely heard that joke before because I found it funny when I heard it the first time. But when I heard it this time, I was like...
Mad and angry.
I was like,
and
what
confused.
the fuck is that? So I was like, I just typed in difficult payment followed by easy payment on Google, and it pulled up this fucking Mitch
There's a
Hedberg
commercial
bit
on
from
Late Night
back in
TV
the
for this thing
day.
you attach to a gun.
Let me...
Think like a cactus. So you can have this product for 4 easy payments of $19.95. I'd like to have a product that was available for 3 easy payments and 1 fucking complicated payment. We can tell you which payment it is, but one of these payments is going to be a bitch. The mailman will get shot to death. The envelope will not seal. And the stamp will be in the wrong denomination. Good luck, fucker.
Now that's a fucking funny bit. That's why I was like, that's a good fucking comedy bit. And this motherfucker was like, I'll just take that and I'll make it shitty.
I can't believe he actually stole that, but he, like, took all the jokes out.
Now I'm gonna go back to his fucking YouTube channel, which it will now again autoplay his goddamn fucking intro, because that's just how his YouTube. Woohoo! We're on board. Let's fucking do it again.
Oh, this is another thing. Wait.
Have you
Okay,
heard
so
of that?
No,
every
shut
intro...
up. I'm busy. I'm learning about the 9-minute podcast, you faggot. This is one of the only episodes that's 9 minutes long. So I think this is the only one that's we can actually listen to. Because fuck you, I'm not listening to a 15-minute one. This is bullshit.
You're not getting fucking 4 more minutes out
So
of me.
today's episode, we're going to be discussing something very interesting to me, and it's kind of a joke that I wrote, but also something that has happened to me multiple times. And I realized that when it comes to shit, people are kind of... It's funny to some, it's not funny to everyone. But what we're going to discuss here is how many times I've actually stepped in shit, and how many times I've done it barefoot. Now, I know people have done discussions of, like, shitting your pants, and I've
Who
told the story
fucking
about
cares,
my
bro?
cousin shitting-
What is this?
I don't know. No, you know what it is?
Who does this retard think he is? Like, your every thought is not a fucking funny thing to other... What? Oh.
So what he's doing is trying desperately to segue into one of his comedy bits about stepping in dog poo.
One of these nights, and this is how the joke goes. Well, one of the nights I was walking down my hallway, I had stepped in some shit, and in the process of me in the bathtub rinsing it off, I realized I didn't have any pets. Boom. Huh? So that's the joke, but in reality, I did actually go down my hallway many a times and step in a big pile of shit.
It wasn't a joke. You just said a sentence. A sentence is not a joke. What you just said was, I stepped in poop once.
I don't have any pets.
That is a joke. So, wait, he'll wait. In case you're not getting it, let him explain it.
But still, it was very interesting, and it was fun to have the experience so I could write a joke about it, and it really did happen. Man, but the issue was I was trying to make it out like, oh, I might have taken a shit in the middle of my floor. But I didn't. Of course, that's where the joke comes in. You guys will learn this as we go through.
I know this highbrow comedy is like above your head right now.
My brain's just not big enough. My IQ's not high enough.
But if you tune in to 9-minute podcast enough, eventually your small, feeble brain will be able to capture this level of comedy and find it humorous. So if you just like Clockwork Orange yourself and just fucking listen, eventually you'll go, ha ha ha, dog poop on the foot. You know what? I'm going to give it a like.
There was another time where me and my buddies we had this deck at my house growing up, And we went on the back deck one afternoon, and there was a bag. And it was an unknown bag, but it was definitely a shopping bag, like a plastic bag, if that makes sense. And we grab it. I picked it up. I'm like, this is something I've never seen back here before, ever. So I pick it up, and my first thing in my head is, this is a bag of shit. Bag of shit. Why is it on the back porch? That's what, that's the next question. Why you here, bag of shit? So
Something people ask him every day of his life. Oh my God. That's what his mom says to him when he walks in the fucking door.
I love it. That's the comment of the century. Why are you here, you bag of shit?
So, of course, you do what you do with a bag of shit, and we start walking down the street, throwing it into the air as high as we can so you can hear it come down and go right onto the pavement. Real fun stuff. We do this for a while up and down the street until we see these kids off into the distance in another neighborhood laughing their asses off, which told us, it's your poop. That's your poop, man. You proved it.
You were running down the street throwing shit into the air, and there were kids laughing at you, and you were like, well, it must be their shit.
Couldn't be that they're laughing at my fucking retarded antics.
If you don't cram this bag of shit down those little kids' throat, this story is not worth telling.
Yo, is he just gonna confront them and they're gonna be like, no, we were laughing at your stupidness?
Unless he then sees the kids laughing, rips open the bag of shit, wipes it under his eyes like war paint, and then rips these kids apart, then the story is a waste of time. But let's waste our time.
You proved it. And how we found this out is when the bag actually broke open, and the stench was unlike any kind of animal fecal. It was most definitely human. And you could just tell. You could tell because the smell.
Believe me, sir, I have smelled my fair share of man's shit. And I know when the smell of another man's poop enters my nose, I know at an instant.
And then you start thinking in your head, because you're a young kid and you never put it together, like, oh, I wonder why it doesn't smell like dog shit. What kind of shit could this be? The consistency's not even the same as dog shit.
Oh, he said the consistency. What the fuck were you doing?
He picked it up and went like,
yeah.
This is the consistency
He's
of
like,
human shit.
But then you have to wonder, what kind of kids are these? And who held the bag? Which one of you guys sat there and held the bag while the other guy pooped? Because they were younger dudes, and all I can think is, that's a life-altering experience. You just watched another dude shit into a bag.
He's just assuming that happened. He's assuming that somebody had to have shat in the bag, and then somebody had to have hold the bag, as opposed to just either just placing the bag on the ground and shitting onto it, or holding the bag yourself. Because I don't know about you, I don't really need my hands to shit. I could be fucking waving them in the air and I can shit. I could be playing Game Boy, I can shit. It's a very hands-free activity, shitting. So it's actually the perfect opportunity to hold a bag to your butthole.
You can do it. Like, bags have handles. Like, even just thinking about it for half a second, you just hold on one handle on each side of your ass and shit into the bag.
Don't get me wrong, I've shat in a bag before. Like,
I haven't, but I'm just saying, like, that's a pretty logical thing to think through really quick.
I've been on both sides of the table here. I've shat in a bag with friends around, and I've been around friends who shat in bags. Neither time did anyone assist. There was nobody coming in, hey, bro, I know it's hard shitting in bags. Do you need me to hold a handle? No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, like, do I cup the balls so it doesn't get in the bag shit? Or, like, how does it work?
And I think the hilarity of it is they didn't expect us to just play with it. Just throwing it into the air like some sort of weird game. It was really fun, though, I'll be honest.
He's saying that like it's like, yeah, well, joke's on them because, I had a good afternoon with the shit bag. Like, idiot. Like, no, you're still a fucking weirdo.
Hey, don't tell my dad. Move your car, asshole.
Your dad
My
doesn't
mom
talk to you. Don't
used to
even
feed
pretend.
stray cats until they became pets. Some
It's not a
stairs
joke!
lead nowhere. It's hard to care
Like
if
these
others
jokes.
like you if you already hate yourself.
That bitch.
I saw a friend vomit.
What? What?
Oh, the editing. He's got to have no friends, because if I made these jokes with my friends, they tell me to shut the fuck up and get away from them.
As I mentioned in the first episode, I've been inspired by the 10-Minute Podcast.
And
Are you fucking kidding me? There's a fucking 10-minute podcast, you fucking asshole. Oh my god. Oh, it's Will Sasso. That's his name.
Okay, yeah,
Will
yeah.
Sasso.
Will Sasso's funny.
So this is like a big podcast. This is a podcast that people should know about, apparently. But
I've never heard of it.
so he's just trying to leech off of that and just call it the 9-minute podcast. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm pretty sure my mom fell down the steps when I was still in her stomach.